Okay now? Is it okay now? Okay. So everybody knows that recently there is a issue in Pune. So many candidates tried to contest for MP election, but what happened is remaining members nomination was rejected and only one person is there in the contest, and that contestant belongs to one BJP party. Everybody knows that. So because the candidates are not available, only one candidate is available, then Election Commission of India declared him as a winner, and we can consider as a uncontested elections, procedure in uncontested elections. So according to which process, according to which procedure, according to which article, according to which act, there is a provision that if there is an election, in that election, if the number of candidates are only one, that means only one person is contesting for election, then what we have to do? Are we going to postpone the election, or are we going to declare that only one candidate is a winner? So we are going to declare that one candidate as a winner. But according to which provision or which act the Election Commission of India declared that Pune person as a MP without election? Okay? A, as per Article 324 of the Constitution. B, Article 329 Section B of the Constitution. C, Section 53 and 3 Representation of People Act 1951, and D or 4, Rule 49O of the Conduct of Elections Rules 1961. So what is the answer? What is the answer? So the answer is 3. Section 53(3) Representation of People Act. Everybody knows that the elections, most of the time elections we related to Representation of People's Act. Of course, Article 324. Article 324 of the Constitution deals with Election Commission of India. So what is Election Commission of India? The composition of Election Commission of India, the powers and duties of Election Commission of India, everything was discussed in the Article 324. But when you talk about the Lok Sabha and when you talk about the MP, the eligibility of the MP, the conditions and qualifications of the MP, the disqualification of the MP, and all these things are mentioned in this Act, Representation of the People Act 1951. Even when we talk about the registration of political parties, registration of political parties, the national party, the regional party, registered party, even that is also mentioned in the Representation of People Act only. So MP's disqualification and about the election procedure and about all these things are mentioned in the Representation of People Act. Even registration of political parties also mention this act. So I am expecting this question in the upcoming examination. Next, in which election Supreme Court has scrapped the use of NOTA? Scrapped the use of NOTA in the judgment of PUCL versus Union of India 2013. So this was a long judgment, that is called 2013 judgment. In 2013 judgment, and Supreme Court introduced NOTA in 2013 in this judgment. PUCL versus Union of India 2013, in this judgment the Supreme Court introduced VVPAT. Supreme Court introduced VVPAT. Introduced not only VVPAT, but even they talked about none of the above option also. So especially NOTA, we are talking about NOTA. We are talking about NOTA. Okay. But in 2018, Supreme Court scrapped use of NOTA in which of the following election? That means I can say very simple. In one judgment, Supreme Court said that don't give the NOTA option. Don't give the NOTA option in particular election. In which election Supreme Court said that don't use NOTA. That means NOTA option is not available. Suppose recently we voted for Lok Sabha elections, and when we went for in the EVM, in the last place there is called NOTA. So Supreme Court said that in which of the following election NOTA should not be used. What is your answer? President, Vice President, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Already we are using NOTA in Lok Sabha elections. Now recently we voted, the process is going on. The answer is Rajya Sabha. The answer is Rajya Sabha. Supreme Court said that no need to use or do not use NOTA in the Rajya Sabha election. Already we are using in Lok Sabha election. So why Supreme Court said? Supreme Court said that use the NOTA in the direct election but not in the indirect election. Use the NOTA in the direct election, like the Lok Sabha MP election and the state MLA assembly election, state assembly MLA election, and also now we are using in local elections also. Now we are using, like Maharashtra, some other states also using in local election. Local election means the village head, Sarpanch, the village head, that MPTC. So in those elections also they are using NOTA. But Supreme Court said that do not use the NOTA in Rajya Sabha elections. Why sir? Why sir? Because the NOTA should be given only in the direct elections only, not indirect election. And in Rajya Sabha, we are not using this kind of system. In Rajya Sabha, we are using proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Usually in Lok Sabha, the candidate A will be there, B will be there, C will be there, D will be there. Usually what happened? We'll choose one person. We'll choose one person, and the person who got the majority votes, he will be declared as the winner. Usually in Lok Sabha, in assembly elections. But in Rajya Sabha elections, what happened? We are not going to vote for one person. We are going to give the preference. First preference, second preference, third preference, fourth preference, like that only. So in Rajya Sabha, we are giving the preference. In Rajya Sabha, we are using a method called proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. So Supreme Court clearly said that do not use the NOTA option in Rajya Sabha. You can use in direct election. Direct election sense when people will go directly vote it. Like Lok Sabha MP election and state MLA elections. Remember that. Okay? Remember that point. And this case is very, very important. This case is very, very important because of recently there is a issue of EVM on all these things, and definitely there is a chance to ask the question. Which of the following elections conducted on the basis of first past the post system? Which of the following elections conducted on the basis of first past the post? There is a system called first past the post. There is a system. So this system used in which of the following election? President, Vice President, Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha? What is your answer? Can you guess? Okay, first we should know what is that meaning. What is the meaning in the sense? I'll give an example. Usually we are voting for candidates. I'm talking about the Lok Sabha MPs and the MLAs. I'm talking about state MLAs. So 4 candidates are there. What happened? Tell me. We'll want choose one person. We'll vote for B. For example, I voted for B. You voted for C. Like that only. Suppose totally there are 100 votes are there. 100 votes polled. A got, for example, 30 votes, 31 votes. B got 28 votes, for example. And C got 17 votes, for example. Now 50 and 59, 69 and 76. Okay, D got 26 votes. Now only 4 candidates are contesting. Total number of votes polled 100. Now who is the winner? Anybody can say is that A is the winner. A is the winner actually. But if we talk about the democracy, we talk about the majority. Am I right? Usually if we talk about the percentage, out of 100% votes, he got 30% votes only. 31% votes only. That means 69% people are not happy with him and not supporting him. Not supporting him. So, what is the first to pass the post is nothing but whoever got the majority, he will be the winner. Whoever got the majority will be the winner. We are not talking about the 51% majority. No. In this system, we are not talking about the 51% majority. In this system, how many votes are polled, irrespective of number of votes, irrespective of number of candidates, whoever got the majority votes, he will be declared as a winner. Suppose 100 votes polled. 100 votes polled, 15 people are contesting. A is a person who got 17 votes. Remaining people like 10, like 11, like 9, like 8, like that only. Now he got the highest number of votes. Now he will be declared as the winner. Actually out of 100 votes, he got 17 votes only. That means 17% only. 83% people are opposing him. 83% people are not liking him. Is it clear? But here we are not talking about the 51% majority, 50% majority, no. Here we are talking about the whatever the votes won by candidate, other than remaining candidates, more than remaining candidates, he will be declared as the winner. And that system we are calling as the first past the post system. And this system we are usually following in the Lok Sabha. But in president election, in vice president election, in Rajya Sabha election, we are following a system called proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Okay? Right. Which among the following nominated for Rajya Sabha in 2024? Which among the following nominated for Rajya Sabha in 2024? So Rukmini Devi Arundal, Sudha Murthy ji and Santanam Singh Sadhu ji, P.T. Usha ji. 4 people. Here there is a multiple answers are there. In this question, we have multiple answers. You can say 1, you can say 1, 2, you can 1, 2, 3, you can 1, 2, 4, all of this, 2, 3 only, 1, 4 only, like that. So in this question, there are multiple answers are there. Okay. The answer are 2 and 3. The answer is 2 and 3. So everybody knows that the President of India, he will nominate to Rajya Sabha 12 members. The President of India under Constitution, he will nominate 12 members to Rajya Sabha, 12 members to Rajya Sabha, nominate 12 members to Rajya Sabha. So who are excel in arts, literature, science, social service. Okay. So any person from this background will directly nominate to Rajya Sabha. So total President of India nominates 12 members. In 2024, President of India nominated Sudha Murthy ji and Satnam Singh Sadhu. And he is a person who is promoting education from Punjab. And Sudha Murthy, everybody knows that, Infosys, right? And what about these 2 people? Earlier PT Usha nominated, but not in 2024. So here the examiner clearly mentioned about the year. PT Usha also nominated. She is the person she won the gold medal in the Olympics. Everybody knows, not gold medal. So she won the medal in the Olympics, PT Usha. So, and she was already nominated, but not this year, in the previous year. Okay. And Rukmini Devi Arundal, she was the first woman to nominate to Rajya Sabha. She was the first woman to nominate Rajya Sabha, and recently these 2 people. Next, identify incorrect statement with regards to Rajya Sabha. Here the question is about identify the incorrect statement regarding Rajya Sabha. Incorrect statement. Let us check the statements. It is a permanent house. It is a permanent house. 1/3 members it is for every 2 years. It can reject a financial bill too. It can amend a money bill. 4 options are given. Which option is wrong related to Rajya Sabha? Let's check one by one. First statement is, it is a permanent house. Yes, yes. Now if you talk about the Lok Sabha, life is 5 years. That means in 2024, we are conducting elections. So what happened, tell me, by 2024, the life of Lok Sabha is going to be end. That means all MPs are going to lose their position. So once again, we are going to conduct election for 2029. That means new Lok Sabha. So for every 5 years, there is a change in the Lok Sabha. For every 5 years, we are conducting election. So, but come to Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. Permanent house in the sense, you are not going to dissolve the Rajya Sabha. You are not going to altogether remove all the MPs from Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. It will be there permanent. What do you mean by that? But in Rajya Sabha, for every 2 years, 1/3 members are going to be retired. In Rajya Sabha, like Lok Sabha, every 5 years there is election. Once MP is elected, he is going to continue as MP for 5 years. After 5 years, all the 543 members are going to be changed. But come to Rajya Sabha, not like that. So come to Rajya Sabha, for every 2 years, 1/3 members are going to be retired who completed their 6 years. Then again, now in 2024, elections for Rajya Sabha. Next time 2026, elections for Rajya Sabha. Again 1/3 members will retire. 1/3 members will go, again new 1/3 members will come. Again in 2028, again 1/3. That means for every 2 years, 1/3 members from Rajya Sabha are going to be retired. So first statement is true, even the second statement is also true. So Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. We cannot dissolve the Rajya Sabha. Okay, and Rajya Sabha, 1/3 members are going to be retired for every 2 years. 1/3 going to members. Yes, Bharatanatyam, yes. Okay, and what about Rajya Sabha? It can reject a financial bill too. Yes or no? Yes, it can reject a financial bill too. So everybody knows that there are 3 types of bills are there. What is called money bill, second one is called financial bill 1, and one more is called financial bill 2. 3 bills are there. Usually these 3 bills sent to Rajya Sabha. Everybody knows that. Rajya Sabha is having good amount of powers when come to ordinary bill and constitutional bill. But Rajya Sabha is having less powers when you talk about this money bill and financial bill 1 and financial bill 2. So I'll put it in a simple way. Suppose this is the Lok Sabha. Now money bill and financial bill 1 and financial bill 2. Suppose Lok Sabha passed these bills to Rajya Sabha. Whenever these three bills pass by Lok Sabha to Rajya Sabha, what are the powers enjoyed by Rajya Sabha? What are the powers enjoyed by Rajya Sabha? If the money bill comes, Rajya Sabha can accept. But Rajya Sabha cannot reject, cannot amend. Whenever a money bill sent to Rajya Sabha, it cannot reject, it cannot amend. Whenever financial bill 1 sent to Rajya Sabha, same thing, same procedure. It cannot reject, it cannot amend. Financial bill 1. But financial bill 2. Usually financial bill 2 considered as an ordinary bill. Financial bill 2 considered as an ordinary bill. Whenever a financial bill 2 sent by Lok Sabha to Rajya Sabha can do anything like. Anything means whenever ordinary bill sent to Rajya Sabha can accept, Rajya Sabha can reject, Rajya Sabha can amend, it can do anything, an ordinary bill. So now financial bill is treated like ordinary bill, so that whenever a financial bill 2 sent to Rajya Sabha, it can accept, it can reject, it can amend. That means it can reject financial bill, true. It can reject financial bill 2, true. It can amend money bill, no. So whenever money bill sent to Rajya Sabha, Rajya Sabha either accept, that's it. They should accept, that's it. If they don't accept, no problem. Everyone knows that whenever money bill sent by Lok Sabha to Rajya Sabha should give response within 14 days. Okay, if the Rajya Sabha is not giving response, what happened, tell me? Lok Sabha will send money bill to directly President of India. Then what Rajya Sabha can do? Simply they should accept it. Rajya Sabha should accept the money bill, that's it. The Rajya Sabha cannot reject the money bill. Rajya Sabha cannot amend the money bill. So it can amend the money bill. What is the question is here? Identify incorrect statement. What is the wrong statement? Okay, let me go through the question again. So what is the incorrect statement? Rajya Sabha is a permanent house, right? We cannot dissolve the Rajya Sabha. And 1/3 members sit here for every 2 years. Yes, right? And it can reject financial bill too. Yes. It can amend money bill. No. Rajya Sabha cannot reject, cannot amend money bill. It has to be accepted. That's it only. Okay, right. Next, which of the following amendment that Nepali language added to 8th schedule? By which of the following amendment the Nepali language was added to Constitution or 8th schedule? By which of the following amendment Nepali language was added to 8th schedule? A 21st, B 71st, C 91st, D 92nd. What is your answer? Okay. In the original constitution, in the 8th schedule, there are 14 languages are there. And these 14 languages become 22nd languages. That means almost we added 8 languages. 8 languages we added. We added languages by 21st Amendment and by 71st Amendment and by 92nd Amendment. By 21st Amendment, we added Sindh language. By 21st Amendment, we added Sindh language. By 71st Amendment, we added Konkani, Nepali and Manipuri. Konkani, Nepali, Manipuri. So Konkani, Nepali, Manipuri was added by 71st Amendment. So 71st Amendment we added Konkani, Nepali, Manipuri. These 3 languages was added by 71st Amendment. And by 92nd Amendment we added Bodo, Dongri, Santali, Maithili. These 4 languages were added by 92nd Amendment. Okay. So by 92nd Amendment these languages. The answer is 71st Amendment. 71st Amendment, Nepal was added. By 21st Amendment, Sindh language was added. Sindh language was added. By 92nd Amendment, Bodo, Dongri, Santali and Maithili. What about the 91st Amendment, sir? By this 91st Amendment, we put a restriction. What is the restriction? The total number of ministers should not exceed 15% of Lok Sabha. In the states, 15% of the state assembly. The total number of ministers. We put a restrictions on number of ministers. As per 91st Amendment, in the Lok Sabha, the total number of ministers should not exceed 15% of total strength of Lok Sabha. In states, 15% of total strength of state legislative assembly. Next, when we create a new state, which are the following scheduled to be amended? You know, we have Article 1, Article 2, Article 3. By using Article 3, we are going to create a new state. Everybody knows that. So Parliament has the power, central government has the power to create a new state as per Article 3. As per Article 3, we can create a new state by bifurcating state, by merging the state, by increasing the area of the state, by decreasing the area of the state. Parliament can create the state. But whenever we create a new state, we need to amend the constitution. So, which is scheduled to be amended in the constitution whenever create a new state. Suppose totally we have 28 states are there. 28 states are there. We are in 2014. We are going to create a 29th state called Telangana. We are creating a new state called Telangana, 29th state. So when we created Telangana state, which schedule is amended? Even now we are going to create a new state, for example. So which is scheduled to be amended? Which is scheduled to be amended? First only, first and seventh, first and fourth, first, fourth, seventh. First, fourth, seventh. The answer is first and fourth. Why, sir? Let me tell you. What is the first schedule? Tell me. The first schedule contains the list of states. What are the list of states? What are the states in India? The names of the states is listed in the schedule 1. Suppose we are creating a new state called Telangana, and the Telangana state should be listed in the schedule 1. What is there in the schedule 1? In the schedule 1, all the list of the states names were mentioned. So we are going to amend the schedule 1. Why, sir? Why schedule 4, sir? Because schedule 4 is nothing but allocation of seats. What is that? Allocation of seats. Allocation of seats in the Rajya Sabha. Allocation of seats in the Rajya Sabha to the states. That means everybody knows that every state has some Rajya Sabha seats. Now whenever we create a new state, that state also should get the number of seats in the Rajya Sabha. So that's why we need to amend the 4th schedule also, usually. Okay. Next, find incorrect statement about 104th Amendment. Recent in the news, 104th Amendment. Find the incorrect statement about 104 Amendment. Incorrect statement. Incorrect statement. Okay. Amended Article 330, 332. Ended representation, Anglo-Indian community in the House of People, State Assembly only. Reservation of seats for SC and ST extended only in Lok Sabha for 10 years. Okay. And amendment came into effect 25th January 2020. Okay. The question should be correct statement. Question should be correct statement. Find the correct statement. Out of 4, there is only one statement is correct. Out of 4 statements, there is only one statement is correct. Okay, let me explain first. So there is a 104th Amendment. We are talking about 2 things. One is called Anglo-Indian community. Anglo-Indian community. Second one, we are talking about SC/ST reservation. ST/ST reservation. Everybody knows that in the constitution there is a provision. What is the provision? President of India nominate 2 Anglo-Indian to Lok Sabha. President of India nominate 2 Anglo-Indian to Lok Sabha. And governor will nominate 1 Anglo-Indian to State Assembly. Governor will nominate 1 Anglo-Indian to State Assembly. President nominated 2 Anglo-Indian to Lok Sabha. this was there in the constitution. Okay, actually this was given for only 10 years only, but every 10 years by amending the constitution they are extending. Now SC/ST, everybody note that SC/ST reservation was given in Lok Sabha, not only Lok Sabha, even state assembly also. So in every state assembly, and there is a reservation of seats to SC and ST. In Lok Sabha also, there is a reservation of seats to SC and ST. Even we have totally 543 Lok Sabha seats. Out of 543 Lok Sabha seats, now today we given 84 seats to SC and 47 seats to SC. Actually, in the original constitution, this kind of nominating members to Lok Sabha and giving reservation to SC/ST in Lok Sabha and Assembly for 10 years only. Given for 10 years only. So what they are doing is, for every 10 years they are extending. So this nomination of Anglo-Indian to Lok Sabha, reservation of SC/ST is actually for only 2020 only. So what government did is, they went for 104th amendment. By passing this 104th amendment, the SC and ST reservation and extended to 10 more years. 10 more years means since by 2030. So SC/ST reservation in the Lok Sabha, in the Assembly, extended 10 more years. That means till 2030. But nominating Anglo-Indian to Lok Sabha, nominating Anglo-Indian to State Assembly was not continued. That means now onwards, there is no nominating of Anglo-Indian community to Lok Sabha, and there is no nominating of Anglo-Indian community to State Assembly. Okay, now then what is the right answer? Here asking question about the correct statement. Amended Article 330, 332, wrong. They amended Article 330 and 334. Ended representation of Anglo-Indian community in House of People and State Assembly. This is the right one. Yes, ended the Anglo-Indian community, House of People and State Assembly, correct. And reservation of seats for SC/ST extended only Lok Sabha for 10 years. No. Not only Lok Sabha but even State Assembly also. This is a wrong statement. Next amendment came into effect from 25th January 2020. It's correct. Because the act was passed in 2019, came into effect from 2020. So out of 4 statements, how many statements are true? The statement B and statement D, and both are right. Which of the following is not listed in the state list? A. Public health and sanitation. B. Betting and gambling. Taxes on lands and buildings. Prevention of cruelty to animals. Which of the following not listed? That means out of 4, 3 listed in the state list. 1 is not state list. It may be union list, it may be concurrent list. Okay, the answer is prevention of cruelty to animals. So 3 are mentioned in the state list, and this one mentioned in the concurrent list. This one mentioned in the concurrent list. That's it. Next, following does not come under territorial jurisdiction of Bombay High Court. We know about the Bombay High Court. So which of the following does not comes under Bombay High Court? Okay. So A. Lakshadweep, B. Goa, C. Dadra Nagar Haveli, D. Daman and Diu. Everybody knows that in India, every state usually have a high court. But in India, not all states, not all UTs are having their own high court. So they need to depending on the other state. So the answer is Lakshadweep. Because everybody knows that if you look at this map, so here Lakshadweep. How Lakshadweep people can go to Maharashtra? Lakshadweep people will go to Kerala, only. So the Kerala High Court is not only for Kerala but Lakshadweep also. For example, Andaman Nicobar is not having High Court, and they need to go to the West Bengal only. And here if you talk about Dadra Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu and Goa, their High Court is nothing but the Mumbai, the Maharashtra High Court. So Maharashtra High Court, the Bombay High Court is not only for Maharashtra but also Goa, Daman and Diu and Dadra Nagar Haveli. Okay, right. And if you talk about the Chandigarh we have a High Court. That is a common High Court for Punjab and Haryana. So Punjab and Haryana common High Court at Chandigarh. Even if you talk about this Northeast also, this Arunachal Pradesh is not having High Court. So Arunachal Pradesh is depending on what? The Assam High Court. Assam High Court is not only for Assam, but also Arunachal Pradesh also. So Tripura is having own High Court. Tripura is having own High Court. The Manipur is having own High Court. Okay. Assam is having own High Court. Next, identify the unitary features of Indian Constitution. Identify the unitary features of Indian Constitution. We have two types of government, federal government and unitary form of government. Okay, now let us read. Integrated judiciary, division of powers, appointment of governor, proclamation of emergency. Integrated judiciary, division of powers, appointment of governor and proclamation of emergency. Okay, which of the following is a feature of Indian Constitution? Unitary feature. ACD, CD, ACD or BCD. Okay, so what is the right answer? Let me explain. Integrated judiciary is right answer. Because throughout the India, every state is having High Court. Every state is having High Court. Everybody knows that. And every district is having district High Court. So whenever you are filed a case in district High Court, and you can move to High Court. From High Court, you can move to Supreme Court. So Supreme Court is the ultimate authority. For entire India, we have only one Supreme Court only. For entire India, we have only one Supreme Court only. So you can move to district court, to High Court and Supreme Court only. But if you go to USA, in every state there is a Supreme Court. In every state there is a Supreme Court. But suppose if you are living in New Jersey, you filed a case. And that went to New Jersey Supreme Court. Whatever the judgment given by New Jersey Supreme Court, that is the final. So every state having their own Supreme Court. Okay, but for India, every state is having High Court, but that High Court is not final. High Court is not final. So after High Court, you have to go to Supreme Court only, and this is Supreme Court for entire country. And this kind of judiciary we called integrated judiciary. Yes, that is the right one. Second one, division of powers. Division of powers nothing but everybody knows that there is a federal government. What is the difference between federal government and unitary government? Federal government means there will be two governments, central government, state government. And there is a division of powers between center and state. And state is more stronger than the center. Everybody knows that. But in unitary form of government, there will be only one government. Only government, that is called central government. If the state government is there, it does not have that much of power. In unitary form of government, what happen? In entire country, there will be only central government, no state government. If the central government is also there, but center is very powerful than state government. That is called unitary form of government. So division of powers happen usually in the federal form of government. No. Next, appointment of governor. Usually, the governor is head of the state. Suppose today, Maharashtra governor was appointed. By whom? President. President means central government. Usually, governor is head of the state. That head of the state is not appointed by state, not elected by state, but appointed by central government only. That means center domination. So, this is a unitary feature. Proclamation of emergency. Everybody knows that in India, the President of India under Article 352 and Article 356 and Article 360, President of India can proclaim the emergency. President of India can proclaim the emergency. But everybody knows that the emergency is imposed by President of India. Imposed by President of India, approved by President of India, even revoked by same only. So there is no involvement of state in the emergency provisions. Number one. Then whenever there is an emergency, whenever there is a national emergency, what happened? Tell me, the central government will become powerful. Whenever there is emergency, center will become powerful. Even the central government can take the decisions related to state list also. The parliament will become powerful. The parliament can make the laws which are mentioned in the state list also. Usually, everybody knows that we have three lists. One is called union list, second is called state list, and third one is called concurrent list. The parliament cannot make the laws which are mentioned in the state list. Parliament cannot make the laws which are mentioned in the state list. Everybody knows that. But during emergency, parliament can make the laws in the state list. Whenever emergency is imposed, the states are helpless. The center will become all powerful. All the powers are in the hands of central government only. So that is a unitary feature. That is also this one. So answer is ACD. Okay. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar opened that following articles should be remain as a dead letter. Ambedkar opinion. It is nothing but Ambedkar opinion. He said that following article is like a dead letter. The letter is dead. I mean, we are not going to use it. Okay? What is that? Article 356. What is Article 356? Proclamation of emergency in the state. Nothing but presidential rule. So, President of India can impose emergency in states also. We can call as a constitutional emergency, we can call as a state emergency, we can call as a presidential rule. So Ambedkar thought that in the future, there is no need to impose a emergency in the state. Okay, nothing will happen. I think they are not going to use Article 356 at all. Ambedkar thought that. But we proved him wrong. We politicians proved him as wrong. Because this is the most misused article. And Ambedkar thought that, and we are not going to impose emergency in the state. Ambedkar thought that. But more than 100 times the emergency imposed in the states. More than 100 times emergency is imposed in the states. So this is what most misused article. Okay students, the next technical session is going on. So definitely I am going to cover some more political questions in the next session. Thank you very much.